Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to Second Chance Overland. I'm back in the shop working on the project Wagoneer, which I'm really excited about. Finally have some time to do it. I'm trying to get to it for way too long now. But we're gonna get working on this thing today. We're gonna start pulling some more stuff off. We're definitely a ways away from the rebuild part of this. But I do need to get basically the drive line pulled on this thing. I do want to pull the engine out and do some work on the engine. And everything, as you know, is filthy underneath this thing. So I'm going to pull the transfer case and the transmission to start. And so that's what we're going to do today. We're actually going to work on pulling the transfer case. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and drain the fluid. I've got a little bucket here so that I can look at the fluid, see what kind of condition it is. But we're going to drain the fluid out of the transfer case. Then we'll start disconnecting. All right, so let's go take this bucket out of here where we can get some light. Let's check it out, see what kind of condition it is. All right, let's take a look. If it looks dark, maybe see a little bit of metal in there, but not much. Doesn't look too bad. Definitely smells like slightly burnt ATF. But all in all, not too bad. That could be all right. Obviously we're going to put new fluid in it, but we're going to pull the transfer case completely out, get it all cleaned up. So let's see if we can get started on that. All right, so we've got some things we got to disconnect. We got to disconnect this sensor here, it looks like, cable, whatever it is, and this speedo connector. Man, there's so much grime built up on this thing. It's just ridiculous. That's pulled out. All right, so speedo is undone. All right, now I should mention, I am not a certified mechanic. I'm a weekend warrior. I enjoy doing this stuff, and I know enough to kind of be dangerous, I guess, if you will. But I'm not a mechanic, so I may do some things wrong. I'm learning as I go. And yeah, so we'll see if we can start getting this thing out here. Looks like we've got some sort of a hose up here at the top. It's covered in so much dirt and grime that I can't see if there is a clamp of some kind on it. Looks like there is. All right, so what I ended up doing is up here, you can pry the rod away from where it attaches up here to the actual lever inside the vehicle. Now I believe, yeah, so this is the new model process 229 transfer case, so it might be different if you've got a different transfer case in it. I guess there are a couple of different ones that it could have come with. And then up here there's a little vacuum pump with 2 lines that go into it. Want to disconnect that. Now the book says to support this with a jack, or support the transmission with a transmission jack, and then support this and take this cross member off. I'm going to try to remove it without removing the cross member. I know I'm going to need to remove the cross member when I do the transmission, but I want to use the transmission jack to strap this to actually bring it down rather than trying to muscle it off by hand. So right now I've got to go look through and find all of the bolts that bolt the transfer case to the transmission. Looks like it's a 9/16. Of course, with this thing covered in so much dirt and grime and crud, it's going to be interesting to see if I find them all. Obviously, I don't want to take them all out right now because I don't want it to just drop out. But I'm going to at least try to locate them all and make sure they bust loose. I actually think this is pulling the stud out instead of the nut off the stud at this point. And yep, that's exactly what it's done. The nut got to the end and pulled the stud out. Lovely. All right. All right, just a couple more bolts to remove. This is the only chain I was able to get on this thing. The other one is not long enough, so I'm just gonna have to be careful, see what happens. Hope for the best, right? So, all right, so I believe that is it. And I got fluid coming out. All right, so finally figured out a way to get to that last bolt on that bracket. Then there was another arm I had to disconnect, and ended up being able to take this whole assembly off the transfer case. The problem I was having was this arm right here goes back to the transfer case. These two spots right here are where the transfer case bolts up. So it's kind of on the front side of the transmission. So the thing's basically got to be removed somehow. Anyways, finally got this out. What I ended up having to do is drop the cross member for the transmission. Supported the transmission with pull jacks and the transfer case, and basically just got it up as high as I could to pull that brace off, and then I started lowering these down to get a droop going so that I can actually have room to get up here and access that bolt. So it took a minute, but we got it. Now the other problem is the jack, transmission jack, has leaked enough fluid now, because it's a POS, that it does not pump up high enough. So I need to see if I've got some hydraulic oil. So I'm gonna do that and I'll be right back. All right, so I got the transmission jack fixed. So now I can pull this transfer case, hopefully, fingers crossed. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this down. I don't know if this chain's actually going to do anything for me or not, but we will see. Cool, lots of fluid coming out. It's always what we want to see. Okay. All right, so there it is. Transfer case is out. All right, so that certainly took a lot more than I expected, which I should have expected because that's everything with this thing. But look at how filthy this thing is. I mean, it is just caked in dirt and sand and grease and crud. So I'm gonna have my work cut out for me getting this thing cleaned up, checking everything out on it. Decide if I want to actually crack it open and go through it, or just see about putting some new seals and everything on it. Obviously this front seal where it bolts up to the transmission, that's going to need to be replaced. And yeah, and I'm thinking that at the back of the transmission here, probably go ahead and replace that seal while we're here. Just kind of makes sense. Of course, the whole transmission still has to come out of this thing, so I got to work on that. That's all. All right, so now that the transfer case is out, we can get going on pulling the transmission here. Now, I know there's going to be a lot of things that people are going to make comments about and have feelings on the way I should be doing this, or the way they would do it. This is the way I'm doing it, all right? I know you can pull the transfer case and the transmission all in one unit. I know you can pull the engine, transmission, transfer case all in one unit. I don't want to do that. I want to separate everything. I want to get all cleaned up well. I want to look things over. So I am specifically doing it this way for my own reason. Now I have made some mistakes. I probably should have drained the transmission fluid before the cross member was removed, and I have to have a pull jack in the way. My bad. Anyways, that's what we're going to do next. We're going to get working on getting this transmission pulled, but first I want to drain all the fluid. You can see the transmission pan obviously is covered in a lot of nasty old fluid and gunk and grime. Obviously not sealed up very well as it is, so yeah. So I'm going to get working on that. There are a couple of transmission cooler lines on this thing that need to be removed. I don't know what kind of linkage we have. I looked at my little book here a little bit ago and didn't really tell me a whole lot. It basically said remove everything that's connected to it. Hopeful. Anyways, so I'm going to get started on this. Now, I do not have a big pan for the transmission fluid to drain into. I've got my oil caddy here, and it's only yay big. This is a bit bigger, so I'm probably going to set it on top of there just like that and try to catch as much of the fluid as I can. I have a feeling I'm going to make a mess here, but it is what it is, right? So I'm going to start popping the bolts on the oil pan, or the transmission oil pan. Start getting some of this fluid to drain out, and see where we go from there. All right, let's go. Alright, so I got the transmission pan pulled, and this is not what I wanted to see. Yeah. This thing has more glitter than a... yeah, I'm not even going to say it. It's glittery. Look at that magnet. Oh my gosh. That's nasty. That is not good at all. Alright, so now that we've got the transmission drained, I've dropped it down here a little bit, and I need to disconnect a number of items here. I've dropped a little too far. Yeah, there's a bunch of lines here that need to be pulled off, connectors, and of course everything is coated in crud, so it's fairly difficult to really get a full grasp on everything. So I'm gonna do my best here. I think I've got everything disconnected other than the transmission itself. Pull a few more of these bolts. Alright, so now that I've got a lot of the stuff disconnected from the actual transmission here, I need to disconnect the torque converter from the flywheel, which is up in here. Hard to see, but there's some bolts right here, and so I'm going to have to keep the motor from spinning and undo these bolts. So basically I'm going to hold the front of the crank with a pry bar and a socket. I'm going to break these loose, and then I'll rotate the engine around to the next one until they're all disconnected. I think there's only 3, but I could be wrong. I think there's only 3. I'll let you know. All right, transmission is out. Man, this thing is disgusting too. Look at this. Just caked in gunk. Look at that. Not gonna lie, try to find all the bolts on this thing. Now look at all that if you can. Wow. Yeah, trying to find where all the bolts are on this thing and getting everything disconnected was a chore with all this gunk and mud and dirt buildup on this thing. But you know, it's finally out. Now it's time to move on. So this and the transfer case are going to need a good cleanup. Obviously, having pulled the pan to drain the fluid on this thing, there's a lot of metal shavings in the fluid that came out of this thing. So I don't know if it's worth putting back in without rebuilding it. So get some decisions to make. So but the good thing is these components are out. Now the next thing we can move on to is actually pulling the engine itself. We know we've got some work to do on that. All this other stuff may affect how we do the engine, but it feels good to actually make some progress on the old Wagoneer again. So and I am filthy. I can feel dirt in my ears. Yeah, this is gross. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for tuning in. There's obviously a lot more work to be done on the Project Wagoneer. If you did like the video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. And we'll see you next time on Second Chance Overland.